founder and CEO of No Brainer Foods, formerly founder of Two Moms in the Raw, which I founded out of my need to heal MS, which you know, Mark. And with Two Moms in the Raw, we're really excited. We've recently pivoted from keto instant beverages and creamers to zero sugar sweets with maximum function. So it's called Max Sweets. And they are about 90% of our revenue right now because people are really looking kind of what you did. Well, kind of what I feel like I did in the snacking industry by elevating the bar to a raw snacking bar. I don't know if you remember Two Moms in the Raw. So we literally elevated the bar category. But now we're sort of elevating sweet snacks because it's not just a zero sugar product. It's a zero sugar product with maximum function. So serious health benefits. So Jordan, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'll be quick. But I graduated in May, Mark. I know we've touched base a couple of times over email, but super passionate about the better for you CPG landscape. Was diagnosed with celiac disease my freshman year of college, and kind of ever since then, just like Sherry, have been using foods to feel better. So happened upon Sherry when she won Best Product at Nosh in late 2019, and emailed her this summer, and she gave me a shot to kind of come on board and help them out with the day-to-day operations. So I've been effectively helping to run their e-com channel for the last couple of months or so. So it's been exciting.
Cool. Nice.
Mark, do you want to introduce yourself? And I also, you could talk a little bit about your products, about your platform that you interview all these people, and really just the space you're holding in the CPG world is phenomenal to me, really.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Mark Samuel, founder of IWON Organics, stands for I'm Winning on Nutrition. We make plant-based protein snacks. Our main snacks are puffs and sticks. They're made of green peas, brown rice, and navy beans. So they have a balanced nutritional profile, which is the foundation of the principles of our company. I'm a big believer in balanced nutrition when it comes to eating, both real foods, whole foods, and snacking. We started in 16, and here we are closing up 20, trying to close up 20. And then other stuff that I started doing as I was getting further into the business was I wanted to interview other founders. So I started the program called Let's Eat. And we're about almost close to 70 episodes with that. I just interviewed Laura Triano who's head of sales from Mush, which was really fun because I've sort of took a spin and did a sales series as well, where I'll be interviewing oftentimes the head of sales from some of these CPG companies. So it's really just a value add platform because we all need it. Little nuggets here and there on a platform that's sort of short and compact and quick on time, and we'll see where that goes.
So do you, with the platform, before we get to your products, do you outline before each session? Do you know what your audience, or you kind of go?
None.
No way.
Off the cuff on everything. And I actually do that on purpose.
Yeah.
I know very little. In fact, I usually just look at the website about 2 minutes before I hit record. And that's really because number one is I'm in it. So I'm actually, a lot of times in these interviews that you hear about, they've never really been in the business. And it's not to say that they're not fantastic. They're actually better. They know what to say. They know how to say it. They know how to interview and the like. But when you're in it, when you've been punched in your face, you could rapid fire a lot easier. And the content, I think, is a lot more useful. You're just in the moment of it. And I think that makes for some good content.
Well, I think you should be a game show host because
you need to do something with your energy outside of writing a book, which is fantastic, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
No, it's amazing what you've done. Like, really, I'm so impressed. And these little protein puffs, here you are. And you have got like the sticks, you got the puffs.
Yeah.
So your R&D, I want to ask you about influencer marketing. I want to ask, like, I know your connection to the fitness world really landed you a lot of space. We were in a lot of those spaces as well. That's where the co-mans did not work in our favor. So like, how did you get this R&D working? Like, did you hire a team? Are they co-manning? Because the taste profiles of these, it's like eating the best Dorito on the market, but it's good for you.
Yeah, we got there. No, it was It was really me. I mean, when I wanted to get into the business, I started making some phone calls, realized the co-man could just be really the R&D team. So long you weren't getting into really, we're not making, plant meat here, right? You need hundreds of millions of dollars in R&D teams and facilities and the like. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, no.
We're dealing with real foods, right? Peas and beans and rice. And so you do have to figure out what does work, what works together, what comes through an extruder, what's fried. We started out with a chip to, out the gate, and that wasn't fantastic. I talk openly about that, about sort of the pitfalls with that and understanding and learning those things. So after I really got inside the co-man and understood how do these machines work, what type of ingredients work best with others, what should the percentages be. Once I started understanding that, I felt like I had my hand on how to move it forward.
So you do use co-mans?
Correct.
Yeah, well, you're really lucky because they're delivering really well.
Yeah. And I'm Mark, I'm curious kind of how you think about IWON compared to like a legacy brand like Quest and their kind of snack line, and then also I guess like newer players like Schoolyard Snacks and some of their new developments.
Sure. I'm a fan of Quest as a brand just because I was there when they started. I mean, I was at that trade show, everybody, most who know me know that I'm a health and fitness enthusiast. So I live that life. I've been to the Olympias and the like. And two of the ventures before this were in a space that were a little bit more focused on that actual fitness channel. So I know it very well. So I'm a fan of the brand. However, I don't eat those products. I'm not big into the ingredients that they use. Some of the stuff doesn't work well with my stomach and stuff like that. So that really is the separating pieces. And then the newer age stuff, and by the way, I don't know if they're legacy yet. I think legacy like Kellogg's legacy.
No.
But Wes, shout out. You're doing a fantastic job. Real talk.
They're doing a great job, yeah.
They are doing so. But then the Schoolyards, and I know her, and I've interviewed her and stuff like that. Those are just going to be the newer generation. They're digitally bound, really smart entrepreneurs who have found what I believe is sort of a new trend that's going on, and then they jump into that again. I mean, if their stories are there, they're there. I don't eat that way. I'm not a fan of keto. It's just, it's not something that I'm into. Again, more power to everybody for what the reason is and why they do it. What the separation points are and will always be as we build our health and wellness platform are the core principles of the brand. We believe in real foods, balanced nutritional profiles made up of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates for long-term sustainable eating habits. That's just true to the fact, and I can do that now and 40 years from now because we were doing this 40 years before. So that really is the difference in how we're building a brand.
So who would you say your competitor is right now?
It's a good one. I would say in salty snacks, most would say Hippies. And that's just again because they're using real foods. They've got a balanced nutritional profile. Yep. And so those are the types of better for you brands that we would.
I will say I love Hippies. They're a great brand. They're great. Just they're a distributor in Canada, and then you have a better. I just want to say I'm going to put it out there as far as taste and nosh and just I think your product is like it's there for the long haul.
Thank you. Yeah,
it's interesting though because like on your guys' bag, I mean, your product screams protein, right? It's like right there front and center, and theirs is, I guess, less focused on protein. I guess would you say that is are you appealing to more people that want an increase in protein intake, or is it still kind of the same target demographic?
It's a wonderful question, and it gets asked all the time. And we've been told to remove the protein. Mark, you guys have the best tasting snack. Forget all the other stuff. You're the best tasting snack in the category. Why do you need to put that out? And my answer as of late has really been, well, it's working. Yeah, I'm not into fixing things that aren't working. So there's the reality is we could go 20 different ways, and we're not just talking about the word protein. I've been told IWON originally. Don't ever use that name. Never, never, never. So remember, when you're starting out or you're growing a company, or you want, you know, you're going to get opinions from everybody. And you just got to go with what you feel is right. Always be listening, though. Don't
Yeah,
turn off your ears.
never.
You may get something that hits home, but sometimes you just have to make decisions, and one of those is the use of the word protein.
I think you're so smart, and you should definitely keep the protein. And IWON, for me, I was thinking, oh, I heard IWON before. Did I hear Erewhon? Where did I hear IWON? I just feel like you picked a name that was familiar to me, even if I didn't know about your product. But I told you before I had reached out to you to be on this platform, I had bought you on Thrive. So yeah, and it's a great. My kids love it. It's just a great product.
Winning, the acronym winning on nutrition is for the long haul.
Yes.
If I were trying to build something, and you know, this was a 3-year plan, oftentimes I won't win. I needed the word winning. I needed the idea, the concept, the lifestyle, to moving it into small wins, big victories. Winning on nutrition is far greater than just winning on nutrition. It has to do with everything that we do in life: nutrition, health, fitness, social media, our families, relationships, life, all within balance, right? Which, by the way, balanced nutritional profiles, get it?
You got it all good there.
Long-term play. I got to do this if I have to do this for the next 30 years, I'm totally down to do that. That's very hard for most people to say. And so the fact that I can and say confidently, that's why that will stretch for a long-term play.
That's great. It's a no-brainer. Truly. So your influencer program, did you tap into because you're not just an enthusiast. I mean, you are an athlete. You've dedicated your whole life. I mean, from what I've been reading, I do a little research before and I do such a bad job on these. Maybe I shouldn't do any research. And so your influencer marketing, are they just people that come on like a user-generated content sort of thing where, wow, this person's involved, I'm going to tap them? Or are you out there looking for those influencers? And how did it, like, what really put you on the map? Because you did talk about that as a big piece of the puzzle for you.
We have a decent size influencer program. We call it, micro influencers is really something that I enjoy working with as far as partnerships. These are people, we don't have people with millions of followers and that we would be paying. So that's one big piece. Yeah. We don't pay anybody. Now there's a caveat. Most recently, again, I love just transparency. So people take this, they go, oh, what's he doing? Most recently, we just started doing some paid, and there's a few YouTube-ish type of genres that we wanted to go with to test. So we're going to do that. Anywhere between $500 and maybe $1,500 range as far as getting a true review onto a platform like that with somebody with a decent amount of followings. However, going back to the mainstay, I'm a big believer in 50, 100, 200 micro influencers that might just get your product for free, right? They get the product, but nothing is paid. And if they love your product, if they enjoy your product, let them talk about it. There's no demands. There's no must post on Saturday. None of that. Here's some snacks. You love them, which we know you do. You love them, talk about them. If you don't, I don't care. That's our influencer program in short.
Got it. And so
everybody copy that one.
I mean, honestly, yeah, seriously. So I'm curious. So just to push on the paid piece again, are you doing that for brand awareness, or are you trying to drive sales through that channel from posting from that person?
There's this idea that you're going to pay somebody and then all of a sudden your sales skyrockets. And oh, wow, I can even track it. I'll give them a code or a specific URL link and we'll know that Jenny brought in $1,500 worth of sales. That's not what happens. The play on it should be long-term in the way that you're thinking about the partnership. The partnership, first off, has to be somebody who not only has followers that really love them, right? That really respect what it is that they put out every day, but that they will take their advice or at least comments on particular products, right? So you got to be thinking about it that that person also has to be very on brand so that their followers are also on brand, right? And I think that gets mixed up a lot. And there's a lot of disappointment that occurs when it comes to trying to set up some sort of paid partnership. Oftentimes it doesn't work, and those reasons are why.
So have you always just been self-funding like for this, or have you been looking out for outside investment? What's your take on all that?
It's very expensive business. I talk about that openly as well. There's two sides to this business. You can do the farmer's market hand-to-hand transactions, which I love. You know, maybe you get $2,000 from your mommy. Great. You got a cookie? Good. Go down to the farmer's market, sell $2,000 worth, come back, do it again, right? Cash flow, by the way, nothing wrong with that business. And then there's the other end of the spectrum. Go get millions and millions of dollars and high fly this thing and see how many sales you can buy that way. I'm you know, to each their own. I don't really have a preference. I'm saying then there's the 100 different options that are within that, right? So for us, we've been very fortunate. The money that has been brought in that we've raised are from people that I know, but it is a heavy amount, right? And it's people that believe in what it is that we're doing. And we've been very blessed to be able to do that. And we're going to have to raise next year. And that's just the lay of the land at this point of how we're going to scale the business.
At what point did you end up deciding that you were going to take like a decent lump sum from outside investors? Was there?
We had no money in the bank.
Okay, got it. Okay.
The minute you know you have no money.
And what were those dollars purposed to for that first round, at least?
For all the things that you would assume it is, right? You know, just for context, right? Somebody is selling $50,000 a month, right? Well, that means you need to buy $75,000 worth of inventory. So you're going to need to float somewhere, right? That means I need boxes, I need foil, your co-man, your ingredients, and then everything within that. Oh, and then by the way, do you have a team? Well, if you're smart, you can do it solo, which would be really great, or you just have one great co-founder and you're not taking salaries and the like. So again, that's why in that spectrum, there's 100 different ways to operate this type of business. Choose one that's going to work for you. And good luck.
Awesome. Well, we like to keep these pretty short as well, Mark. And Sherry, I know you have to run at the top of the hour. So I'll ask our final question now, which is always, if you had an extra hour in the day, Mark, where would you spend it and why would you do so? And honestly, I'm the most excited for your answer of anyone that we've talked to, because I could not imagine that the answer is not working out or.
Can we guess, Jordan? I think we should guess. But you think about it.
No, guess.
You think,
guess. No, I already have the answer.
Okay, okay. I'm going to say two things. You're going to spend it with your kids, your two kids, or you're going to go do like you need to get back into the CrossFit gym or some whatever athletic thing you do. Jordan, what do you think it is?
I honestly think Mark would call a buyer that he has never spoken to in his entire life and just make it happen. That's it. So
those are great answers. Number one is, this is keeping it real. This is so people, that all the parents out there will understand this sentiment when I say it. It is definitely not with my kids. That hour is, if I could have filmed what my kids were doing yesterday, Sunday, we're in lockdown again here in the Bay Area, okay? My kids, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm still discombobulated by what's going on in my house. So number one, no, it's not with them. And the gym, I'm very blessed. I have a garage gym that's got all my stuff in there. I start every morning out that way. My kids even know that's my 45 minutes. So that's put away too. So no, I'm not going back in there. It really would just be to be alone for an hour. And if that means just sitting on the couch for an hour, just in my own head, or I guess I would turn on the TV. I don't know nothing that's on right now. But if I found something that was amazing to watch, that's what it would be.
So we've never done that before, by the way, but you are so interesting that I just had to try to guess. So I have something you should watch, Prom on Netflix. Okay. It's a great show to watch when you're alone.
Okay. Okay.
This has been such a pleasure. There's so many more things. In fact, I'm probably going to follow up with an email because Jordan and I were talking. We're like, we got to get everything from this guy because it sounds like, I mean, even though I'm a lot older, I've been in the industry a lot longer than you have. I feel like you really are just figuring out, you're putting the pieces together and making it happen for yourself. So congratulations.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Thank you so much again, Mark. Appreciate it. Keep crushing it on LinkedIn.
Yes.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.